Learn about the Cleveland music and fashion scene on Listen Up Cleveland with host Leah Haslidge. All this week on TV20. Check your schedule for times.
Listen up, Cleveland. Listen up, Cleveland.
The first time you ride the RTA Rapid downtown for the big game, you may wonder, how do I get through the turnstile? What if I do it wrong and the turnstile doesn't let me through? Then the person behind me will have to back up, and they'll know I'm an RTA rookie, and I'll make us all late. Will that somehow affect our team? Will I have set off a butterfly effect, causing us to lose the game, single-handedly blowing any chance we ever had to? Oh, I just slide my pass and walk through the turnstile, and that was easy, and I could get used to this. It's easier than you think, Cleveland. RTA, get ready to ride.
Thanks for tuning in to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Leah Haslidge. The brand new Little Italy University Circle Red Line Rapid Transit Station has officially opened. City leaders spoke about the value the new $15 million investment brings to the community at the recent ribbon cutting.
Every neighborhood is unique, and we have over 30 neighborhoods in the city of Cleveland. And each of those neighborhoods have assets and there are some challenges. And what we attempt to do is to invest in the way that we support the assets and help them grow and eliminate and deal with the challenges. That's what this represents. This is public transportation. Public transportation in an area that's very congested, very little parking, and really provides opportunity for people to visit University Circle, and particularly Little Italy and its merchants and its shops and its restaurants, so that it can be convenient and not have all the hassle associated with it. So I want to congratulate again University Circle, Little Italy, and thank the RTA for their investment in this area.
And now, when you think about it, someone that comes in at Hopkins can ride all the way here. If they want to go in East Cleveland, they can go at the end of Windermere Rapid. So I think this is just fantastic.
Cleveland's becoming a major destination city. More and more people are coming to our town. They have to be able to get around easily, quickly, and inexpensively. University Circle and Little Italy are important visitor destinations, and so this station is a big deal. And if we want young people to continue moving to Cleveland, if we want our kids and our grandkids to remain or return to Cleveland, we must continue to offer great public transportation.
The project manager for the new Hilton Cleveland downtown recently told Cuyahoga County Council that the $276 million hotel is on track and budget for its June 2016 opening. An underground walkway could possibly be built below Lakeside Avenue to connect the hotel and Huntington Garage, where guests will park. The hotel will connect to the Convention Center and Global Center for Health Innovation when it is completed, just in time for the Republican National Convention. A farewell event for Director of Port Control Ricky Smith took place at the Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. It was clear the impact his leadership has had and will last a long time. Here's reporter Dan Monroe with more.
It was a happy yet bittersweet ceremony in the Stephanie Tubbs Jones Gallery at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport as colleagues of Port Control Director Ricky Smith came together to bid a fond farewell to the director as he is leaving Cleveland for a new job in Baltimore.
I think it's a huge loss to the city to lose him.
It's actually been a great pleasure. His personality is, he's a results-oriented person, but yet he likes to have fun, so he brings levity to the organization as well, and has made it a business yet family-oriented organization. So it's been a great combination.
One thing remains clear, Director Smith has left an indelible legacy upon Hopkins Airport. Among his many admirers, the Honorable Frank G. Jackson.
When I first hired the director, about 10 years ago, my instructions to him was to position this airport in such a way that regardless of what happens in the airline industry, we would be competitive. And he's done that. And he's done that in many different ways. He's created more flexible revenues that he can spend in a flexible way. He's brought more concession. He's done renovation. He's done all those kinds of things.
The whole brand new facade going on the front of the airport. The ticketing area is under reconstruction. There'll be some improvements with the baggage claim area as well. Again, all designed to the customer at heart. Citizens in this region, Cleveland, flying in and out of here, business people coming in and out of Cleveland, wanting them to have their first experience when they come to Cleveland, this airport being a positive one. And I think those are the kind of steps in terms of customer service, everything from maintaining restrooms in a clean fashion to what does this place look like when you get on a plane or before you get on a plane. And I think the director's done a great job of again, addressing those issues.
But he has truly transformed this place. I mean, not just the physical, he changed the culture in the airport system, but a lot of differences that you can see and that mean things to the customers, to the airlines, as he talked about things like the concession program, the taxi service that we have, which has become a model in the industry, valet parking. We redid the whole parking program, the garage with the smart parking. I mean, I could go on and on and on.
I think his legacy is his innovativeness and thinking outside the box. He is a risk taker, which can be really scary when you have a leader that's a risk taker. And with my financial background, I tend to have a more conservative approach. And I have learned so much from him in his ability to step outside the box. And I think that legacy shows up all over this airport, in both the food program and some of the ideas that we've implemented and the recovery from the D-Hub. He was outside the box, taking chances and winning.
His legacy will live on here forever.
Though Director Smith is leaving, he is confident that the airport is stronger than it has ever been and will continue to thrive into the future.
I think we're stronger than we were years ago. We have, of all the carriers here, the air carriers here except for United, all of them are experiencing double-digit growth. From a financial standpoint, we have over 600 days of cash on hand. We are solid from a financial standpoint. Again, we have competent employees, competent management, and the reputation of the airport has never been more prevalent, has never been more widespread, has never been stronger.
Safe travels to Director Ricky Smith, and thanks for a job well done. For TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
The 38th Annual Glenville Festival and Parade brought out members of the community for a day filled with fun. Ward 10 Councilman Jeff Johnson spoke about the importance of the event for our youth.
The reason why we push this is because we're all about trying to stop the violence, trying to get these young folks. My job is to try to make more options for young people, but I need adults to make sure that they help us help the children. You know, don't give up on them. You know, some of them are lost, but we're trying to stay with them because they ours. You know, they came from us. They used to be like that. Even though they like this, we still gotta love them. All right? So I'm just saying, stop the violence, encourage excellence.
The Cleveland Division of Police Patrolman Anthony Harper spoke with us about a new program being implemented for children in the area.
The Exploring Program are a group of youth from ages 14 to 21 that have an interest in law enforcement. So what we're here to do is give the community an opportunity to see what we provide. As you see, I have 3 explorers. I have Tyrants, Rayvon, and Nautica, and they're representing our program. They've been in the program approximately 1 year to as much as 5 years. They come out to community events, interact with the community, provide information on how our program operates. If you'd like to know more about our program, you can reach the Bureau of Community Police, and you can reach myself at area code 216-623-3343. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. We'd love to have you join our program.
For information on upcoming events, visit clevelandcitycouncil.org. National Health Center Week runs annually during the month of August to recognize America's community health centers. Organizations from the area gather together at City Hall Rotunda to celebrate the success they have had over the past 50 years and its significance right here in Cleveland.
As we celebrate this 50th anniversary, this 50th birthday, I challenge you to continue to work more in a much more comprehensive fashion, to expand primary health care, to build on your successes, to get to those connections so that we can make sure that the people that live next door to you and I have access to quality health care.
You know, the Cleveland Department of Public Health is so excited to be working with all of our partners. Our overall mission, as you all are aware, is to improve the quality of life of all Clevelanders, to address all of the health disparities, the inequities, and inequalities that we see every day. But we could not do that without all of our great partners and all of our heroes that are sitting in this room today.
For more information, visit healthcenterweek.org. University Settlement is a center that provides social services to residents of the Broadway Slavic Village neighborhood. The group was recently chosen by the United Church of Christ to be a partner of their Reading Changes Lives initiative. As a result, they received 1,000 backpacks to give away to children just in time for their 14th annual Back to School Fair.
We have our young people in the community. They're out here today, as you can see, getting backpacks full of school supplies, and the families are able to connect with needed resources in the communities. So all of our schools in the neighborhood, the Cleveland Metropolitan School Districts, and some of our charter school partners are able to make sure some of their families, the children, have backpacks full of school supplies. So first day of school, they will be ready, so when they're getting their seats, they can be focused on their academics.
What a fabulous event. There's hundreds and hundreds of kids out here getting their needed supplies for school. That's going to be starting in a couple of weeks. I know that makes people choke up a little bit, but it's a great program. We have lots of vendors out here. We have the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, we have P16, we have the county, lots of resources for kids to find out about getting their health care checkups at Metro Hospital, all the way down to where we can get supplies for the entire school year. So we're excited to be out here. We're in Ward 5 with Councilwoman Cleveland, myself, Councilwoman Mamie Mitchell, as well as Councilman Zach Reed's neighborhood. You're seeing lots of kids coming out here getting great service and great needs.
For additional information, visit universitysettlement.net. Esperanza Incorporated has a mission to improve the academic achievement of Hispanic students in the greater Cleveland area by helping them to graduate high school and by promoting post-secondary education. Esperanza recently held a back-to-school fair to give local students all the key essentials they need to start the new year.
We started this event 5 years ago because we learned that a lot of our children were missing a first week of school because they didn't have book bags and supplies. So we rallied the community and started this event, and you know, it's grown tremendously. Started with 30 backpacks 5 years ago, and we'll be giving away 2,000 this year. You know, I think this is a great event for Cleveland because we bring over 30 community resources so that our families are not only getting the book bag, but they're also walking through and learning about the other resources available to them. So when we all come together, we can really serve the entire family. And that's really our aim, is how do we serve the entire family so that our children can focus on education and get the education they deserve.
When we return to the weekly news wrap-up, it's back to school excitement with CMSD TV reporter Shannon Kantner.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? We finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on... Is it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Give it back!
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
The new school year is officially underway for Cleveland students, and they had a very warm welcome back on the first day of classes, August 17th. It was a special day across the district, but especially for those at 3 brand new buildings. Our CMSD reporter Shannon Cantner was there to capture all the excitement.
It's the first day of school for majority of CMSD students, and this new school year brings 3 brand new buildings to the district. I'm here at one of them, John Marshall, where you can hear and see the excitement going on behind me. A very warm welcome for these students into the brand new building, and this was happening all across the district. Students at these new schools literally couldn't wait for their first day to begin.
I got here about 6:30.
School started at 8, giving Diamond Jenkins the honor of first student in the door at John Marshall.
I was the first person here because I'm kind of persistent on being at school on time and not late. I really hate being tardy.
Making Diamond a shining example of the district's new Get to School You Can Make It campaign to boost attendance. Special greeters, including District CEO Eric Gordon, welcomed Diamond and her fellow students to start the year off right.
Welcome home, lawyers! It's the kids, it's the educators, it's the community members, alumni. We're all out here today to kick off the first day of school.
The school building is new at John Marshall, and so is the school model. It's now home to 3 independent schools.
Your 11th and 12th grade, we're going to head down here to Mr. Felder, go up to the 2nd floor. School of IT and Engineering into the cafeteria, School of Business, 3rd floor.
All those models are kind of working together in their own unique way because we have different start times, different end times, different programs, but at the same time, we're sharing everything to make this one school. So you'll see the IT as they're building our webpage. You're going to see the business school as they are opening up the coffee shop, which is going to be behind me. You'll see our engineering school and the CAD labs and the robotics and how the robotics team from the 11th and 12th grade will still work with those 9th and 10th graders and that concept. So you'll just see how all those unique parts kind of work together to form one whole.
That whole wouldn't be complete without a few touches from the former John Marshall, though. Familiar old stone fixtures delight active alumni.
Who would ever believe that that is the top of the school sitting there that they made seats out of? And outside, those are the stairs from the school. Beautiful.
Beautiful is how many would describe both the new John Marshall and, on the other side of town, the state-of-the-art Cleveland School of the Arts.
We have a big CSA banner right there saying, "This is Cleveland School of the Arts, come check us out."
It's actually designed for professional artists. Here, when you walk through our building, you'll see actually mini theaters as our drama department classrooms. You'll see dance studios with mirrors and fully equipped. You'll see our visual art studios with kiln rooms and sinks. All of our classrooms are really designed for professional artists. This really could be a college. Professors could be teaching in the facility.
Instead of having furniture on stage, say the scene takes place in a street.
Students and staff are excited to return to CSA's home in University Circle, while those at Max Hayes are happy to have a new home on West 65th.
I am new to the building, to the district, and to the state. I'm actually coming from Indiana, so there's a lot of changes for me.
But she's up for the challenge, and so are the students who began classes on August 18th.
Taking a deep breath, and it's just very new. Kind of like a new car, but bigger and better.
Much bigger and much better. The school is designed for learning trades in the 21st century, getting hands-on experience with high-tech equipment in modern shops, and seeing how machines work throughout the facility.
Came in the shop, as you can see, everything's clean, everything's neat. Hasn't been like this for a long time, all right? I'm looking forward to it. It's machine shop heaven.
That's how people are feeling in all 3 of the new buildings, which are at or near capacity for enrollment, and this was just the first day.
I love CSA.
I think it's going to be a good year.
This school is amazing.
Students at these new schools might not know their way around quite yet, but they do know they're excited to be here. Reporting from John Marshall, Shannon Cantner, CMSD TV.
Thanks, Shannon. The 3 schools have open houses planned for the public. Max Hayes is scheduled on August 31st, Cleveland School of the Arts on September 21st, and John Marshall on September 24th. When we return to the weekly news wrap-up, we'll get an update on how our sports teams are doing with reporter Christian Patterson.
I came just as soon as I heard the news.
While you're enjoying that midnight snack, tune in to watch the best B-movies on Cleveland Classic Cinema.
What began as a silly party given by an eccentric has now involved us all in murder.
I ain't right, I'm just scared.
With host Nick D'Amico.
It's always good to know that.
Only on TV20, We Are Cleveland.
Welcome back to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Christian Patterson, and here's a look at what's going on in sports. Cleveland Indians Charities has established relationships with several local organizations that focus on youth education and youth recreation. Thankfully, the Cleveland Metropolitan School District is one of them. It's been over a decade since the Dolan family heard that the CMSD baseball and softball programs will be cut due to funding, and they immediately stepped in to offer assistance. Now, $2.6 million later, the Cleveland Indians continue to fund all high school baseball and softball programs in the city of Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns preseason is in full swing. Last week, they played a nationally televised game on ESPN against the Buffalo Bills. So we hit the streets of Cleveland to see how fans are feeling about this team this upcoming season.
Well, Christian, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think a continuity in the coaching and some of the players that are still around might be a good thing for the Browns.
I think they're going to do great. I'm looking forward to a good season right now.
I'm feeling pretty good because I love the coach. The coaching staff is what's got me in.
I think they're going to do great this year. This is their year.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a good year. We got Manziel. We got a lot of weapons out there. Manziel looked like he get real strong so far. The first time watching play this year. Hopefully he'll get out there and play some more today. We'll give him a good chance to see him out there in action.
The Cleveland Browns own the 12th pick in the first round of the 2015 NFL Draft. And with the first pick, they chose Danny Shelton. Now in training camp and in the first preseason game, he's looked like he's earned that pick. But what do the fans think?
I think so. I played wide receiver in college, but my roommate was a D-tackle, so he tells me all the ins and outs. And our seats are in the end zone, and when we had a shot at him last game, seeing him take on double team, spin off, go down the line and make plays is exciting.
The kid seems to have the passion to play football. You know, we haven't had somebody like that at a first-round pick since before we lost the team. You know, so let's put it all, you know, it doesn't have to be on his back, but he just seems to want to be a Brown, you know?
Absolutely. He looks amazing.
I believe so. I think they needed a plug in the center, and I think he's providing it.
Yep, I think it seemed like a good thing. They needed someone big in the up front, and they're trying to build up the defense.
The Cleveland Browns have always been known for their ferocious defense, but without a Pro Bowl quarterback, receiver, and running back, will they be able to top last year's mark of 7 wins? Let's see what the fans think.
Born and raised in Cleveland, I can't go with my Browns, man. They're going to the Super Bowl, for real.
All right, how many wins you predict?
We're going to go 11-5, man.
All right. Go Browns.
Go Browns.
They should. They have one of the best defenses in the league, so they should be able to hold off for something.
All right, and what's your prediction? How many games are the Browns going to win?
I say we're going to win 9 minimum.
All right, go Browns.
Go Browns.
I do think we have enough power to win more than 7 games. I think we'll win 10 games, finishing second in the division and getting the wild card. On offense, it all starts with the big boys up front. We got them. We got the leaders up front to take care of business. We got to hold on to the ball.
All right, go Browns.
Go Browns. Thank you.
And hopefully we'll make it to the playoffs, maybe win the division. That would be great. Let's give 10-6.
Right.
Now,
Go Browns.
I don't know if that'll get them in the playoffs, but 10-6 is a good start.
Great improvement.
Yes.
All right, go Browns.
Go Brownies, go Brownies. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
After a 4-year hiatus, The Cleveland Cavaliers are back in the limelight of the NBA. Thanks to LeBron James and the talented roster of players around him, the Cavs will be contenders for years to come. But LeBron's lasting legacy won't only be defined by what he does on the court. Beginning in 2025, some 2,000 underprivileged kids in Akron, Ohio, will be able to call themselves college graduates thanks to LeBron James. Their 4-year scholarships to the University of Akron aren't because they're great athletes or outstanding students. These are kids who need a helping hand, whose parents dream of better lives for them, but they lack the money and resources to make it a reality. With the program's first class starting 7th grade, James started looking ahead. Getting the kids through high school will be great, but getting them through college will be life-changing. And that's why LeBron is a true champion. He will be remembered for what he has done off the court just as much for the things he has done on the court. And in other Cavs news, J.R. Smith has announced on Instagram that he will be returning to the Cavaliers. Chris Haynes of the Cleveland Plain-Dealer reported it's a 2-year deal with $5 million being earned next season with a player option on the 2nd year. The President's Council Foundation is an organization consisting of African-American business owners who provide leadership, innovative ideas, and a resource to advance African-American owned and operated businesses. One of their key events is their PCF golf outing, which benefits the PC Scholars Program for students. Here's more from the President's Council Foundation golf outing.
Today's event is our signature fundraiser, okay? No good program can go on without funding. And we partner with CMSD schools, and we work with kids 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. The idea is to assist them and support them, and not only getting through the high school curriculum, but also teaching them life skills, entrepreneurial skills that will aid them once they complete high school and college.
The PC Scholars Program has been wonderful over the years in ensuring that 100% of their students are college-bound with a 100% success rate. PC Scholars immerses students in a rigorous academic curriculum to groom CMSD high school students to become tomorrow's business leaders. Ensuring that but that wouldn't be are possible without the golf outing held at Barrington Country Club. The fundraising golf outing attracts more than 90 golfers from more than 25 corporations around Northeast Ohio.
We have a history of working with a lot of great charities in the area and just providing a good product for a charity to help promote their charity. A lot of people like to come out here. I mean, it's just a good day of golf. They know they're going to get a spectacular golf course, so this helps raise money for the charities. We worked with the Cleveland Browns, a lot of local ones, Ben Curtis, PGA Tour member, with their charities. So, we just have a good reputation of, putting out a good product and really working with the event to make it a wonderful thing. And the President's Council, they have such a nice focus on what they do. So it's just great to be a part of that.
PC Scholars is important because by 2018, 57% of Ohio jobs will require post-secondary education. Of the PC Scholars continuing on to higher education, 71% choose 4-year colleges. If this is an organization you or your child would be interested in,
reach out to their counselors at their respective schools, whether it's, John Hay, Max Hayes, whatever school is in the CMSD system. The counseling program knows about us, and we start up in October of every year, and we go through July of we actually take them into the summer, because we also teach them about volunteering. We do a day of caring with them to conclude the program.
The President's Council Foundation is committed to supporting the economic growth of the African American community in Northeast Ohio. Well, that's all I have for your TV20 Weekly Sports Wrap-Up. When we return from break, we'll have more with Leah.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. A lot has happened in Cleveland over the last few weeks, and here are a few top stories in case you missed it. Mayor Frank Jackson's 32nd annual Night Out Against Crime was an opportunity for Clevelanders to come together as one Cleveland and help strengthen their communities. The event itself has taken place in each of the city's 4 police districts, with the main event being recently held at the historic League Park. One of the main highlights was an exhibition baseball game between the Cleveland police officers and youth from the city, with strong support from the Cleveland Indians. Mayor Jackson also presented a proclamation declaring August Play Ball Month.
Sport of baseball is America's national pastime. The United States Conference of Mayors and Major League Baseball, in connection with the city of Cleveland Indians, have come together to recognize the month of August as Play Ball Month. So I want to thank the Cleveland Indians for all of what they do for the city of Cleveland and for our children.
Ward 7 Councilman T.J. Dow spoke on the impact Night Out Against Crime has had within his ward, as well as the influence of the officers in our city.
I had an opportunity also to work with Chief Williams when he was a commander. Great guy. And it's beautiful the fact that he also lives in the city, and more importantly, he actually lives in this ward right here. So let's give him a round of applause, right? And also Director McGrath. So it's very important for us, and we know that we cannot do it all by ourselves. So we need you, and we need community involvement and engagement.
The Cleveland School District Security Chief Lester Foltz touched on the high importance of making sure, with the help of the community, that our kids stay in school.
We are changing the landscape for our kids in the Cleveland School District, and we need your help to do that. As Mr. Gordon said, we are creating new schools, we're creating new programs, but the most important thing we can do is make sure our kids are in school. And you as parents, our community, can help us with that goal. Make sure our kids are in school. We start August 17th. Help us, help you, help us make a great education for our kids in Cleveland. Thank you.
Mayor's Night Out Against Crime was also recently held at Steelyard Commons to further inform the public about safety, advocacy, and interactions between the community and Cleveland police officers, and to ensure our city continues to remain vigilant.
And having community policing is essential for us to do the kind of work that we need to do to make our neighborhoods safe. But this would never happen, this event would never happen without those who volunteered, the sponsors, and the continued dedication of Captain Saucer and now Commander of the 2nd District. We are supportive, we know that it works, and we want to thank you for coming out and being part of it.
Today is about community. You know, the big buzzword in the community now is community policing. And the police can't do it on our own. We need the community to pitch in. We need them to stand up to crime, and that's what today's about. It's about pitching in and everybody working together to make this a safer place.
Members of the nonprofit organizations, the Guardian Angels and Operation Child Protect, spoke about their involvement in the event.
We are happy to be here at this event today, nonviolence, to help our community and to support everyone here, to say that we are here side by side in our community being a good support.
We're here today, as we have been for a number of years now at Night Out Against Crime, doing our Operation Child Protect. This is a project that dates back probably at least 10 years from the prosecutor's office and the FBI. We come out and we create an identification kit for children, so parents can bring their kids here. We get a digital picture, we take their fingerprints, and we do a DNA swab, and we give it to the parents, tell them to take it home, put it in a drawer, and hopefully you never need to open it up. But in the unlikely event that a child might go missing, there'd be evidence in there that would be very helpful to law enforcement to recovering the child.
The City Cleveland Waste Reduction Challenge recently kicked off at City Hall Rotunda. 10 participating teams are in the running for a grand prize, which includes a catered lunch with Mayor Jackson. Each team will compete with over 50 simple acts to help reduce waste and continue to keep Cleveland a sustainable city.
But I want to thank you for volunteering. We've been working on this recycling for some time now, since I've been mayor, and we're really not where we should be, but we're getting there. And what this will do with this challenge is help
to develop a culture as to how we interact every day in our environment, our workplace environment, in a way that we can impact the recycling effort.
The Office of Sustainability Manager for the City of Cleveland, Kristen Hall, discussed the overview of the challenge and what it entails.
The team leaders have a challenge tracking sheet. Looks a lot like this. It's in an Excel spreadsheet, and they'll use that to track their completed actions. And we also have a column for notes on that spreadsheet. If possible, we'd like any details or data on the actions that you've been completing, so that at the end of this we can say, we've diverted this many tons of paper, well, hopefully tons, or this many cans were diverted from a landfill, we recycled this much.
TV20 is a proud participant in the challenge. Look for the hashtag #CaughtInTheActCleveland and Team CLE Media to keep up with our progress. High school athletes from the greater Cleveland area recently came together for National Signing Day, acting and advocating against violence, held at the Cuyahoga County Juvenile Center. The goal of the event was to inform young men and women about dating and sexual violence. The students were then asked to sign a pledge promising not to engage in this type of violence and to encourage their fellow peers to do the same. Advocates from the community were there to discuss its importance and impact.
Today you signal that you are part of the solution, not continuing the problem. We congratulate you on your achievements and more so for your commitment to change. Sports shape character, and today you're here because of your character. Your achievements on the field will open doors for you in the future. And by ending the cycle of violence, the future of others will also be changed. You are leaders and you lead by your example.
By signing this pledge today and carrying this message back to your teams and your schools, you're going to make a difference. If you work with this program or with Coach Ty, you will make even bigger difference. You change the culture. You don't want abuse of women, abuse of anybody to be part of your culture. You're going to be saying that violence against anyone, especially violence at young girls or women, is wrong.
I really want you to be engaged, to think, what can I do? Is there anything that I can do to become a part of the solution? The answer is a resounding yes. There's so much you can do. I just love when I see boys and men standing up, and saying something that shows strength. It's not how physically strong you are that shows strength. It's when a guy stands up for somebody else. And a woman who's being abused, that's the strongest guy I know.
For more information, visit dvcac.org. Children from around the community gathered at Rockefeller Park for the 4th annual Cops for Kids Fishing Day, which gave local law enforcement the opportunity to interact with our youth, all while teaching them an important lesson about life.
It's been a great experience relating to men and boys and girls here, and trying to just teach them, fishing is not easy, just like life. You don't always catch or get what you want on the first time, so you just keep trying until you catch that fish, which is, it could be your goal or a better grade in school. But just relating to the youth to show that we like doing fun things also.
For more information on other events happening within the 3rd District, visit the City of Cleveland's website at city.cleveland.oh.us. There's always something going on in the City of Cleveland, and here's a list of activities and events to enjoy. The NEO Cycle Urban Youth Initiative recently kicked off with a field day event at Nela Park. Hundreds of students from the community gathered to learn more about the new program and what it entails for them and their future.
We're here today to kick off the program. It's an Earn a Bike program where 210 children from the City of Cleveland recreation centers are selected to participate. It's a one-week program which is kicked off today. The kids have to complete a workbook that has various workbook pages and activities over the course of the next week, and the children that finish in the top of their group are selected to win a bike, a helmet, and a lock. Kids were selected by their recreation center director. So, we don't know the kids, and so we don't participate in selecting them. The recreation center selected kids based on their age. So we had a qualification for age. They had to be between 10 and 13 years old. And then also we wanted kids who were interested in the program. We wanted kids who wanted to learn how to ride a bike, who needed a bike. Kids who, would complete the program and would be excited about it. Kids who had some enthusiasm for a program like this.
There were many sponsors involved that helped make this event a success.
GE Lighting, University Hospitals, Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital, and Metro PCS. They are partners with our overarching Urban Youth Initiative, which is a year-long initiative. This is just the NEO Cycle portion. But also for this particular portion, we had some good foundation funding. The City of Cleveland provided us with a grant, which we greatly appreciate, which is nice. They give us the money, we do the work, and it kind of goes right back.
For additional information, visit neocycle.org. If you would like to see more of these stories in their entirety, tune in to TV20's Around Town and just check our schedule for times. That's all for your TV20 Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Leah Haslage. Thanks for watching. Now stay tuned for the bottom line up front with City of Cleveland Media Relations Director Dan Williams.